and this could be debated. I'm not saying that I'm the end all be all on this, but I believe that preaching and teaching, expository preaching and teaching through entire books of the Bible. What does that mean? It means that if I'm preaching through the book of, I don't know, Isaiah, I start in Isaiah chapter 1, verse 1, and I break off in different pericopes, which in the Bible, I preach maybe the first 7 verses, 10 verses, however way it could be broken up. And I preach through the book of Isaiah until that book is over. Now, if you're doing expository preaching and teaching correctly, it will take you quite some time to get through the book of Isaiah, because there's so much wealth of knowledge and whatnot in the book of Isaiah, just like it is in several other books of the Bible. But what that does is it takes me from isolating the text, taking it out of its context, and using it the way that I see fit. Some people know verses, but they don't know exactly what those verses mean within its context. They just know that my pastor likes to quote this, or like a lot of people like to quote John 3:16. Well, do you know the context of John chapter 3? Do you know what the book of John is actually about? Do you know how the book of John fits in with the New Testament, or how the book of John fits in with what the Bible is saying as a whole? Do you know what John is really talking about? Well, a lot of people don't. And it's because of the abandonment of expository preaching and teaching through entire books of the Bible. Now, I truly believe that that's how preaching should be. If you are a pastor of the church, and I mean, I know a lot of people will give me pushback for this, but I'm going to be honest with you. I say this in all humility. I don't care. You should be preaching through entire books of the Bible. If you're in John, you stay in John. If you're in Matthew, you stay in Matthew until it's over. If you are in Exodus, you should be in Exodus until it's over. I'm not saying that you can't have one off here and one off there. And you definitely, if there's a tragedy within your community or a nationwide tragedy, and I'm saying that you shouldn't cater to the need of whatever some tragic event may have caused, or it may be Easter, or it may be Christmas, or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying that you can't deviate away from expository preaching and teaching through entire books of the Bible. What I'm saying is that the main diet of your church should be expository preaching and teaching through entire books of the Bible. And then I'm going to explain what is meant by a Christocentric or a Christotelic hermeneutic.